Hi everyone, it's Karen and I'm back to show you my design team project for October, the first one. And it's taken me a little longer to show you because I've had a lot of things going on, and then we had Thanksgiving here in Canada last weekend and went away and spent time with family. So here it is. And what I did this time was a stack of envelopes. Beautiful laces and trims and appliques and blings are from Kim's shop, which is AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy. And I will put links to the store and the Facebook group and the Instagram so that you can check out her shop and all the goodies that she has there. She has some beautiful vintage laces, some Venice laces. She's got some pretty blings and appliques and some papers and things that you can use in making journals and charms, and that's just to name a few things. You just really have to go check out her shop because she's got some beautiful stuff. And also I will put links to all the designers in the description box below so you can go over and see what they are creating with the beautiful things from her shop. So a stack of envelopes. I've never done one of these before. You can use ready-made envelopes that you add papers to, or that you just simply use different colored ones. You can make your envelopes if you want to do that. What I did was recycle envelopes. So, a combination. I made one envelope and I recycled the rest. So they were all envelopes that I'd received with, my birthday was recently, so I had birthday cards that I had received in the mail. So some of them are from that, and then a couple that I just had in my stash. And I covered them with beautiful digital download papers, and then I embellished them with the gorgeous laces, trims, appliques, and bling from Kim's shop. And this is what I ended up with. So it's a stack of envelopes. You can see the stack there. And remember how many I did in the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 in this stack. All varying sizes. There's it from the side view, one of the sides, and the other side, and then the bottom. And then this is the back of the bottom envelope, and that's the gorgeous downloaded papers that I purchased. Those are from Shabby Dabby Doodah. So let's start at the top and work our way through. So what happens with a stack of envelopes is I altered the envelopes at first, which I just did collage papers or just full sheets of her digital downloads onto all the envelopes, and then I glue them together, which you'll see as I go through, and then you embellish them, and you can embellish them as much or as little as you want. And I went to town because I had such beautiful things from Kim's shop, and I really wanted to show you how beautiful they can look. So the first little envelope is this tiny little one on the top, and this is a digital download envelope that I purchased, and I just use it over and over again on different papers. And I added one of the little medallions that is in the paper line to the top to hold it down. And there's a little bit of one of Kim's laces, and that's this beauty. And it's just a little trim lace. It's very, very delicate, but it's just perfect. And I used it in a couple of different applications that you're going to see in my envelope. And so it's across the top of this envelope. This just flips up. There's a little journal card inside with a little stamp on it. Some of the pockets are fancier. This little pocket actually would fit a gift card if you were doing this stack yourself and wanted to do that. That could be what was on the very top. It could just be a little note card to the person you're sending it to. Sort of each envelope can really contain anything you want. I put another bit of her trim lace, which is this one here, and these I go through in detail in my design team package video, which is at the beginning of the month. I did that one. I'll try and remember to link it below. And that one I attached so that it sticks up the top. And then I used this little trim again at the bottom of this envelope. This is from the one of the pink appliques, and I have part of, I think this might be a whole one or might be most of a whole one left. There's two that you get, and I just cut it to pieces, and I used one here and added one of my own blings to the center, and a few pieces of it. As I said before, it's fun to take these apart. So I actually took one of these flowers off the 3D effect of these, and then I used, you know, a little bit of the berries and one of those little flowers, and did a little collection there in the corner over top of this beautiful vintage lace that she has in the shop. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's sort of a very pretty cream color. Has almost a gold sort of shimmer to it, and I used pieces of it throughout this. So there is a piece here behind this applique. Then this lovely lace here at the bottom is also one of the ones that was in my design team package, and this is it here, and it's another really pretty lace with lots of lovely details on it. And so that's at the bottom here. This is part of the white applique I had in my design team package. I took it apart and I put one little one here and one here. And I made a flower. This lace behind this that makes this flower is from my September design team package, and I really love this lace. It makes such a pretty flower because of the sort of the design of it. And so I saved a little bit of it and I used it here, and then added this gorgeous, gorgeous bling in the center that she has in the shop. I opened this one you saw. The one behind it, this little guy here, which is sitting on top and sort of askew from this one, is has a little note card in it. And again, you could put anything in there you wanted. So a little note card slides out, and also I just added this really cute little journal card that sort of went along with this paper line. It's from a different paper line, but it went along with this, and I thought it looked pretty peeking out there as well. And that's the idea, is you want things peeking out here and there. As you open it, the envelopes are all, so the flaps are on the back side. As you open it, it opens the next envelope. So I did tuck this flower over the top here just because I like the look of it, and it does pop out from under there, no problem. And so I showed you both these envelopes. Now we flip it open, and there's the next envelope. And you do see the back side of the previous ones. You can see different parts of them. So I did add in a little bit of the pink applique there. And I collaged this whole envelope with the papers, and then I added, again, that beautiful trim there on the side, and that's the one I talked about at the beginning because you could see it. And then I filled this pocket full of fussy cut flowers, so there's all kinds of little flowers in there. I just wanted to fill the envelopes with something that was complementary to the whole design, and I thought these fussy cut flowers were so cute. These little birds, they're a part of the digital download, and there's some on the papers, and then there's some separate ones, so I cut a little separate one and put it there. So then as I open this, it will flip open the next flap. The flap for the next envelope is attached here. So there's the back of the envelope, and another one of the little white applique flowers. It's on the back of this envelope, but it's next to the one on the next envelope. So you can kind of do some coordinating as you go. There's the flower, is on the bottom corner of this envelope, which you saw from the top. And then I added in some of this really pretty lace that she sent me. That's also a vintage lace in the shop, and it's a beauty as well. And I cut it apart in different ways and used it throughout this project. So I did cut off a piece here and added it to the bottom. And then I had purchased from her some of laces as well, and this is one I purchased. It's a beautiful sort of soft mocha color, a vintage lace, and I actually used it and I cut out leaves from it, and I just went through this around. I just cut it in a teardrop shape from the center of this, and I didn't waste the edges. You'll see, well, here I used them here. I put them one on here, one here, and one at the top here. I don't waste any of the laces when I cut them up. I just like to use them in different ways, and I really wanted some little leaves here coming out, so I used the lace for that. And this pocket just has a couple of hummingbirds that are die cuts that I purchased from a lady on Etsy, and a little circle journaling card. The envelopes are big enough, you know, the pockets are big enough, just like any envelope. You can slide quite a bit into them. It's just up to you what you want to put in them. And then you flip it and the next one goes up. So that applique it shows here, this part of this one with the bigger flower, because it's on the edge of the next envelope flap. But when you see it from the top, you can see it shows here as well. So that flips up, and there's our next pocket. And this one, I used a little piece of that lace that I had left that I made the flower on the front near the front that I showed you, and I used one of her pretty little glass cabochons. This one has a little girl, it looks like a little lace. She's got a little jacket or fur jacket on with a little dove on her arm. The details in these cabochons is absolutely amazing, and Kim has some beautiful cabochons in her shop. And then a piece of that vintage lace again on the side here, and then a piece of that trim on the bottom. And this time I used it, as I mentioned before, as in a layering effect. On the top I used it just as a to go around the edge of the envelope. Here it's layered on top of this lilac colored lace that's from my stash, and it's very effective no matter the different ways that you can use it. This pocket has a little envelope with some stickers in it, and a little journaling card, and then another one of those little envelopes made out of this paper line. And I just left it open because it's actually more versatile open. The person can use it as a place to write something and then tuck it in a gift, or they can seal it themselves if they want to put something in it. But even if you use it as a gift card, the gift card fits really nicely in there, and you can kind of close it, and you can use one of the stickers even on the back to seal it, or just a little piece of clear tape. So again, there you can see how the flap of this envelope's attached to the back of the previous envelope. And then we flip again, and that opens the next envelope. And this one, I put, again, some of that mocha colored lace on here. And then a lovely piece of lilac trim that I still had in my stash from Kim from months ago. But of course, when being lilacs in this, was one color in this paper line, I really thought it looked pretty there, so I added it. And then another part of that pretty white applique, it was quite a large applique, so it was great cutting it up because I could use it in several places. And then I added a couple of large journaling cards in this one from the paper line, and they tea-stained digital paper on the back. And then a couple of little journaling cards from that other paper line. And I just put little toppers on them. This one was something that Kim did have in the shop at one time. And this is, of course, one of her dangle trims. And I just attached it on with the bulb pin, which she also has in the shop, and tuck that in there. And then again, flipping, we flip up and we open the next envelope. And of course you can still see, you know, the laces and stuff from the previous side. This is one of Kim's trims. She has this in different colors, this tulle trim. I think she has cream and white. I'm not sure she still has the lilac in the shop. But this trim, if you just take this, you can either cut this off or you can just pull that thread out, and you have a flat about 1.5 inch piece of tulle to play with. And this time what I did with it was I folded it several times over, and then I just placed my thumb on it. I don't want to cut this, but I fold it when it's flat, put my thumb on it, and just cut a circular so that it's still attached at the bottom, but it makes it have these scallops. And then I just gathered these along here, and then I added that trim again on the top for a layering effect. And then I made a little flower down here. And again, this is just the same. I cut it the same. It has the little petals on it, and then you just gather it up at the bottom. and I added one of her pretty blings. I showed these in my design team package. They're just gorgeous. They make the prettiest centers for flowers, and you get several of them. And so I added that little flower there. This is a piece of trim she had in her shop at one time. I still had a tiny little piece and I wanted to use it. It was so pretty. Here I put a little piece of lace and another one of her little girl cabochons. This one's holding a little puppy. And I just thought it looked so cute there. And then there's that trim again down the side, the delicate one. And then last month I had this fringe trim in my package. And I had a piece left and I thought it looked so pretty there. So I put that at the bottom of that envelope. And this envelope has a couple of digital download writing papers in it. And they just have beautiful colored roses and flowers on them. And they're all lined, so it makes it really easy for writing. And I know writing is a lost art, but some people still really enjoy handwriting letters or notes to someone. And those are really pretty papers to do it on. And then flipping it up, you get the final one. And this one, I added some lace at the top here. And again, this is this lace. And you can see the actual design there. And so I just sort of cut along the V of that and along the top, and then another V. And I use that there. And it's really pretty lace because it's a lovely color and it has the open weave. So you see the papers underneath, which is really pretty. And then again, that flap is attached to the back of that one, so it's collaged and in a way that you see some of the papers and you still see, again, the laces and trims from the previous one. And then this one, I added a piece of that lovely lace again down the side. I just really enjoyed working with this lace because it's very versatile. You know, you can cut out these pieces, you can cut out the V's, you can use it, you know, you can use it like I did here. I did a trim down the side, and in any application you use it in, it's pretty. And then the pink part of the pink applique, I took it apart, the 3D effect of it that I showed you before, and I put the bigger flower here with one of those pretty little centers there. I put another piece of it off to the side with some of the leaves. And then that pretty trim at the bottom. That is another little one of the trims that was one of the little more delicate ones that I had in my package. And then this is stuffed with a little bit of writing paper, a journaling card, and a couple of those little wee envelopes that can be used. You could put like just a little note card in there and tuck that in some flowers to give someone, or like I said, a gift card. So that is the beautiful envelope stack that I created. And what's made it beautiful is just all these gorgeous blings and appliques and laces from Kim's shop. Just clear the deck a little bit here so that I can put it back. And you can see when it closes, you can see so many of the laces from the top. And this is where, I mean, this could sit with this over top the flower, but I just love the effect it has by bringing that underneath, and it holds it all down really nicely on top, having that flower there, that flower detail to tuck it under. I hope that you found some inspiration here and that you might give making one of these envelope stacks a try. You certainly can do it with less envelopes. You could do it with more if you wanted to. And it's a lot of fun and it turns out super pretty, and I think it would make a really nice gift for someone, tucked with some of their favorite things inside the envelope. And so pop over to Kim's shop, AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy, and have a look at some of these trims. And if you have any questions, you can send her questions through the Etsy shop, or you can leave a comment or a question below my video and I'll help you out any way I can. Okay, thanks a lot everybody for stopping by. Talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.